This is the whole thing, every part of the system on one screen. And right now, it probably looks like a wall of boxes. But underneath, it's actually one straight line. Stocks go in one end. Every decision funnels through a single safety gate in the middle. And by the end of this video, that wall of boxes is going to feel simple. Let me give you the map. So far this season, I've talked about the philosophy. Boring on purpose, the rules that keep it honest. Today is different. Today is the map. I want you to leave with a mental model of the entire machine so that for the rest of the season, whenever I go deep on one piece, you know exactly where it sits. I'm going to walk the data from left to right, from a raw list of stocks all the way out to a real order and back into what the system learns. Then I'll introduce the 6 separate strategies running inside it, and, importantly, which of them are actually allowed to trade and which are only allowed to watch. No deep dives today, just the shape of the thing. Follow the arrow. Here's the whole flow, one step at a time. It starts with the universe, the pool of stocks it's even allowed to consider. For the main book, that's US large cap equities. And, as I hammered on last episode, it's a point-in-time universe. On any historical day, it only sees the companies that actually existed that day. Survivors and casualties alike. No cheating with hindsight. This is the raw material. Next, every single name in that universe gets scored. And here's the key idea I want you to hold on to. The system doesn't try to predict where any stock is going. It ranks all the names against each other on that day. Who looks strongest relative to everyone else right now? It's a scorecard, not a crystal ball. And that distinction is so important, it gets its own episode next time. For today, just know, universe in, ranked list out. Now, the most important box on the screen. Before any order, from any strategy, can go anywhere near the broker, it has to pass through a single risk guardrail gateway. One choke point, one door. This is a deliberate design choice, and it's the safety heart of the whole thing. I did not let each strategy talk to the broker on its own. If I had 6 strategies each with their own path to placing orders, that's 6 different places a bug or a bad idea could do damage. Instead, everything funnels through one gate that checks the risk rules. Nothing, and I mean nothing, reaches the broker without passing it. One place to enforce the rules, one place to audit, one place that can say no. Past the gate, an order goes to the broker. Right now, that's paper trading through Alpaca. Real prices, real mechanics, simulated money. And there's a human confirmation step wired in before anything could ever become a live order. The machine proposes, a human still has to say yes, on purpose. Then everything gets written down. Every order, every fill, and crucially every exit, with the reason it exited, goes into a journal. And on a weekly cadence, the system looks back over that journal and learns from it. That's the loop. Universe, score, gate, broker, journal, learn, and around again. Okay, inside this machine, there isn't one strategy. There are 6. I call them lanes. They all feed into that same single gateway. But they are absolutely not equal in privileges. Some are allowed to trade on paper. Some are only allowed to watch. Let me split them. 4 lanes are paper active, meaning they place simulated trades. Those 4 are the ones actually doing something on paper today. Then there are 3 lanes in shadow mode, and this is the discipline I'm most proud of. A shadow lane runs every single day. It scores real opportunities. It journals exactly what it would have done, costs and all, and it places precisely 0 trades. It's auditioning. It has to beat an objective bar on live data going forward for weeks before it earns the right to trade even on paper. The 3 currently in shadow, none of them are trading. They're on probation. And most auditions should fail. That's the system working, not the system being slow. Step back and look at the shape, because the shape is the strategy. 6 independent strategies could have been 6 independent liabilities. Instead, they're 6 sources of ideas, funneling into one disciplined pipeline. Everything gets scored the same honest way. Everything squeezes through one risk gate that can veto anything. Everything gets written down, and every week the whole thing reviews its own homework. The safety doesn't come from any one clever strategy. It comes from the architecture. The single choke point, the promotion ladder, the journal. That's the hedge fund discipline I keep talking about, drawn as a picture. It's not exciting, it's just hard to blow up. One honest note before the tease. A clean architecture is not the same thing as a profitable one. A tidy map guarantees the system won't fool itself and is unlikely to do something reckless. It does not guarantee it beats just buying an index fund. It might not, and I've said that from episode 1 and I'll keep saying it. Good structure buys you survival and honesty. Returns still have to be earned, on paper, in public. We'll find out together. If the systems thinking version of trading is your thing, where the architecture is the interesting part, subscribe, because we're just getting the lay of the land. You've now got the map. Next episode, we walk into the most important box on it, scoring. How this thing actually picks stocks, and why it deliberately does not try to predict prices, but instead ranks names against each other. A scorecard, not a crystal ball. It's my favorite piece of the whole build. If you want to support the project and/or follow along with my journey, just watching and telling me where I'm wrong or right is very valuable. I'm Sandbox Theory. Thanks for watching the boring version.